my prayers that my testimony would help and encourage others to never give up, but to find hope. And that hope is found in God through our Lord Jesus Christ. He is my everything. Well, I'm a Filipino-American actress, screenwriter, producer, children's book author, songwriter, a guitar player, and print and commercial model. But my highest achievement would be when I gave my life to God and I became His child in 2013. My story is one of a bullied, timid girl who endured a turbulent 18 years of marriage to become the woman God made me to be today. My overwhelming love for my children were the only thing that kept me going through this long gray period in my life, where I had no ambition besides enduring the passing days. My faith in God was my passion, but at this time was only empty words. I continued to struggle in my marriage, but with a pressure from a lady friend who witnessed the abuse, I finally stood up for what was right and fought against abuse. I was told that I became an Americanized woman and he refused to be married to one, and then I was met with divorce. I struggled financially, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I was so broken. I was consumed with bitterness, and it affected my health. I was upset with God for allowing horrible things to happen to me, and I stopped believing in Him. My world was crushing down on me with no way out. Then in the midst of my suffering, I threw myself onto the living room floor and pleaded to God to change everything. With my whole heart, I cried out to Him for mercy, forgiveness, and help. And I gave up the control in my life to Him. And in an instant, something changed within me. I felt the pain, the bitterness, and the heaviness in my heart lifted off from me. I felt this inner peace and joy I had never experienced before. And I felt this deep hunger to know more about God and our Lord Jesus Christ. I was a struggling mother trying to make ends meet, taking any quick job I could find to supplement my current job to pay the mounting up bills. So I decided to look at job opportunities on Craigslist when I came across a movie casting call. I never had any interest in acting before, but the movie synopsis caught my attention, so I emailed them. Soon after, I received an email back from Kirby, the film producer. She invited me to attend their film rehearsal. I arrived at the set and found a script presented to me which mirrored my own life. They auditioned me for the part which I had been preparing for the previous 18 years, and that day won my first role in the film Justice Has Been Served, Splatterfest 2011. I went on to play roles in several productions in the Houston area and met some Hollywood stars like Michael Biehn, Charlie O'Connell, Eric Roberts, and many more. I also earned modeling gigs and an agent to represent me. Never in my wildest dream did I think of ever becoming an actress, much less becoming a print and commercial model. In my mind, there was just no way. But it was part of God's plan. You see, the thing about God preparing our path, He takes us there. He knows exactly who we need to talk to or where we need to go. We just have to let go of our ways and trust Him. He prepared my path and led me to the blessings He prepared for me. Oh, what an amazing God we serve. For a modeling agent at First Model, Miss Colette, to call and to ask me personally if I would be interested in working with her and if she could represent me was totally a miracle. My heart was leaping with so much joy. You see, When we become a child of God, He will pick us up and transforms us into something completely wonderful. Just think, before all of these wonderful things happened to me, I had low self-esteem. I was bullied at school. I was told I was nobody. And nobody wanted to be my friend. They would be too embarrassed to be seen with me because I was judged on my appearance. While on film set one day, I expressed my biggest dream to write children's books to the film producer, who happened to be a publisher. Soon after, Vivian Ilibiu, owner of Ilibiu Publishing Group, published my first children's book called The Adventure of Kate R. Pillar. And a few years later, my other book was published, called Amy Wormy. During my time on various movie sets, I saw how some cast members were treated over others. So I vowed that if I ever owned a production, that I would treat everyone like they are somebody and with respect. And my desire for better treatment led me to the creation of AE Production. And with God's favor and grace, I have now written and currently producing 2 feature films, Through Raging Storms and Faith at Gunpoint, including multiple short films. We have professional actors and new talents the opportunity to be in paid films, not free but paid. Kirby and my children help me with the film production work and additional help from my husband and friends like Shiva and more. Years ago, I was clueless to the person I would become and the life I would come to have. I now live with my absolute best friend, husband Tom, who supports all of my budding talents and has helped me strengthen my love of God more than I ever thought possible. These newfound talents, which continue to sprout, are all from God and none of me, and I will gladly use them to bless others, but first and foremost, for God's glory and praise. This I promise to you and to all of you, that if you give yourself up to God through His Son Jesus Christ, your soul will be made free from sin. You will be given a new heart, a godly nature, and an everlasting life. So abide in Him, and He abides in you. In 2018, I started a Christian media production called AE Production. We produce faith-based projects, gospel songs, books, and other Christian content, but we specialize in films. We are known for helping others achieve their dreams. We give anyone who has a desire to act, sing, or read books to children the opportunity to do it at no cost to them, but instead, they get rewarded or paid. What I am proud of the most is being able to see someone finally doing what they have been dreaming to do and nail it. What sets us apart from others is that we are creating something that will impact the lives of many in a positive and godly way. Our products are clean and family-oriented. Anything I produce is not for fame, wealth, or for any earthly gain, but solely to make a difference in people's lives. To honor God is my heart's desire, and at the end of my journey, to hear Him say, "Well done, my child, and welcome home," is everything to me. God's plan for me. He loves us all so very much, and it is my desire to stay humble and to be a loving vessel He can use to reach out and help the poor, the hurt, the loveless, the hopeless, and the outcast. There's so much to live for. There's no reason to give up, and there's no reason for hate. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest, and it is not when we acquire wealth, power, or any worldly achievements But when we have that joy, love, peace, rest, and righteousness within us that manifest on the outside, those are what I consider living to the fullest. And they are only possible when Christ is in us and we in Him. I would like to see people come to Christ and lives transformed in our nursing home, shelter ministry, and through our media production. I would also like to write more children's stories and to see them animated, to produce more films and more songs, to see my family and friends do well in life. Lastly, I pray to have more resources so we can share God's words and His love worldwide as He continues to anoint and lead the way.